Former French President Nicolas Sarkozy is to face trial for corruption and influence peddling. The 63-year-old was questioned in police custody last week over irregularities in his campaign financing. The case centers on wiretapped phone calls from 2014 in which Sarkozy allegedly sought to influence a judge who was looking into the suspected illegal funding of his 2007 campaign. The judge and Sarkozy's lawyer have also been ordered to stand trial. In a separate case, the former president is accused of having accepted illegal contributions to his 2007 election campaign from Colonel Gaddafi. Sarkozy has, however, denied those claims, saying the allegations surfaced as an act of revenge by the Gaddafi family following the collapse of its regime in Libya. Well, let's cross to Paris now, where Elena Casas joins us live with more details on this developing story. Elena, to begin with, what more can you tell us about the charges facing the former French president and the evidence the prosecution might bring up against him in the trial?
So the influence peddling charges on which we now know he's going to stand trial are in no way connected to the charges surrounding cash from Libya on which he was questioned last week. This set of charges dates back to a series of phone calls in 2014 which were intercepted and recorded by the police, in which Sarkozy, using an alias, a false name, and his lawyer Thierry Herzog discuss essentially trying to bribe a judge who at the time was looking into a completely separate set of campaign funding charges against him, which have since been dropped. But the two men in those conversations discuss trying to offer the judge a prestigious post in Monaco, using Sarkozy's influence to try and win that for him. And that means that both Sarkozy, the lawyer Thierry Herzog, and the judge are now all going to stand trial.
And so, as you say, two different charges. He's looking at influence peddling and funds received from Libya. In the second case, we understand that Gaddafi's son, Saif al-Islam, has actually offered to testify against Sarkozy. Is this an offer that authorities might actually take up?
Confusingly, actually, there are 3 criminal cases currently open against Sarkozy. The other one has to do with faking campaign accounts fraudulently in the 2012 election. But as to the allegations that he received suitcases containing €5 million worth of cash from an intermediary who carried them from Gaddafi in late 2006 and early 2007, we don't yet know who French prosecutors are talking to in Libya. They are talking to someone who was close to the Gaddafi regime, who's come forward and has offered them fresh evidence, which led them to put him under formal investigation last week. But we don't know who that is. We don't know what fresh evidence they have. And we also don't know if the prosecution have been in touch with Saif al-Islam Gaddafi.
Well, Elena Casas, thank you so much for that update, a story that will no doubt get more interesting as it continues. Joining us there indeed from Paris.